Hey everybody, Zee Garcia here, and today we're taking a look at a small card game of bidding and bluffing. This is Chachapoya. This card game comes with two decks of cards. One of them, large format cards, are going to represent treasures, and you are attempting to collect, or maybe not collect, sets of those. The other deck, it's a smaller, standard-sized deck of cards, has characters that you can use in combination with one another to bid, to put out a blind bid face down, and your opponents are going to know how many cards you're bidding, but not what those cards are. And you are just trying to, well, not just get the most points, but also survive. Yes, there is a way you can collect too much of something and be eliminated from the game. Let's go ahead and take a look at how it works. I'll see you on the other side. So here we're taking a look at a game with 3 players. We're going to give each player one of these tokens here. We're going to shuffle this deck and give everyone an opening hand of 8 cards. And then we will shuffle this deck over here and remove a number of cards based on the number of players. With 3, I have already pulled out 10 cards here. So we'll set those aside and we are ready to begin. So the players are going to be bidding on these cards over here in order to make sets and score victory points, all right? These cards are going to look something like this. They are going to have a large value here in the corner. They're going to have a scoring scale down here. What this means, in this case, is if you have 1 card of this type in front of you, you have 1 victory point. 2, 3 victory points. 3 is 7, 4 is 10 victory points. If you get a 5th one, you are eliminated from the game. And yeah, that's like completely out. And so if everybody's eliminated by 1 player, the game will prematurely end. Otherwise, at the end of the game, you figure out everyone's score, okay? So that's how that works. Let's go ahead and go through a turn while I explain and show you the turn breakdown. So it'll be my turn right here. I flip over the top 3 cards, and I let everyone see them, okay? These are the 3 cards that I pulled from the top. Once everyone has seen these, I am going to pick them back up, and I am going to, below the table or just out of everyone's sight, I'm going to bury one of them under the pile. And then from the other 2, I'm going to have 1 face down and 1 face up. And this is what the players are bidding on. And if you win, you will win both of these in the center. Now, starting from myself again, I am going to play cards from my hand in order to win or maybe not win these, but I have to play at least 1 card. Now, these cards, most of them are going to have a number, and they're going to have a multiplier, if you would, below that really just means that's how many cards of that kind you can play. When I play cards, I can play as many as I want to up to that number, but all of the same type. So I could play 5 7s, for example, if I'm holding them. Or I could play an 11, or 2 11s, or 3 11s. No more than that, because that's the limitation right there. Now, if I play just the 11, my bid is 11, and I play that face down. I let everyone know how many cards, but I play them face down. If I play a couple of these, I would play, I could say 3, and then when we finally have all bid, I will reveal this, and everyone will know I bid 21, okay? So that's how that works. Once we've all done that, we're going to reveal them. 21 there. I bid 2 of these, so 14. And this player bid a single card, but it was a 17. So this is the winner right here. These are all discarded in the discard pile. And this player takes that one, flips this one over, and takes that one as well. So they have both of those. And now everyone draws 1 card from the deck. And it is the next round. There are 2 special ones, which are in fact these 2. This one over here is generally bad points-wise, but when you win it, you will draw 3 cards. You notice there's not a lot of card draw in this game. This one over here is a curse. When you win this, you are going to have to eliminate one of your other treasures, and you have to eliminate the one with the highest value. These tokens here, you may, at the end of a turn, as you are drawing your 1 new card, you may discard this to just simply go back up to 8 cards in your hand. Or, if you keep it until the end of the game, you can assign it to a card, or a stack of cards, and it counts as 1 more of that kind. Even if you wouldn't want to assign it, you have to assign it to something, okay, if you still kept it. Here's a tracker card. I am allowed to play a tracker together with another card or cards, and it counts as one of that kind. So this would be like playing 2 11s. I could even play another one, and that would be like playing 3 11s. But no more than that, because the limitation is 3. And this does count as one of them. If you win, however, with a tracker, you are only going to get one of the 2 cards that you would normally get. You can choose the face-up one, you can choose the face-down one. And then once you've picked one of those, the other one goes under the pile. If you took the face-up one, then the face-down one goes under the pile without being revealed, okay? Now, the other thing you can do with these, their secondary power, is you can play 2 of them at the same time. If you play 2 of them at the same time, then they are going to, here we go, 2 of these. Then we are looking at this power here. You are going to cancel the bid. Everyone's cards are lost, but no one wins. You are going to put those cards below the pile of treasures over here, and then you draw 3 cards from the small deck here, on top of the one you would normally get, of course, at the end of the round, okay? The only way this doesn't happen is if someone else does it on the same turn, then they cancel each other out, and the bid goes off as normal, all right? So that's another thing you can do with these. If you want to just not have anyone win, or you want to make sure that no one else wins at least, you can do that. Now, besides that, there are 3 leaders in the game. This is the spy. The spy is going to have a special ability. We've got the mafioso here, who's got a special ability. And then we've got, this one is the dictator, who has a special ability. So, all of these are going to change something in the game. When there are more than one played in the same hand, however, only the last one, so say I'm the start player, if I played one, this player did something, normal combination, but this player also played one of these 3 leaders. Mine's canceled. Mine doesn't go off. The last one goes off, okay? And what they do is, the spy here will make the lowest bid win. And she, by the way, is no bid at all. She just makes the lowest bid win. This one here simply wins and takes both cards. It's just, you just win. And then this one over here is a bid of 37, but if you win with it, you only take one of the 2 cards. And again, you choose the face-up or the face-down one. Now, these cards at the end of the game and the trackers at the end of the game, if you're still holding them, they are -1 point in your hand if you're still holding this, and these are -3 points apiece. If you play one of these on the very last turn of the game, and it gets canceled by some reason, 2 of these or another leader after, then you're going to lose 5 points. And again, it's just it's a rule that I guess they had to put in there to prevent people from basically gaming the system, holding on to these, never really having to be penalized, because you can always just be like, oh, I played on the last round. I will never be stuck with that -3. So they had to put a rule in place to make it even worse. Hey, well, if you do that and it doesn't work, then you're going to get hurt for 5 instead of just 3. Okay? There you go. That's how that works. You've already seen most of these, but it's basically the same kinds of combinations that you're going to find in here with, again, some thresholds that are simply bombs, and the game's over for you. All right? So there you go, everybody. Let's go ahead and go back up top. Let me tell you what I think of it. That's the game. I gotta tell you, I was not sure what to think of this one at first blush. I have seen a couple of games, one I can very clearly think of, from the same company, and I was underwhelmed, considerably underwhelmed with that other game. So I wasn't quite sure what to expect here, but I gotta say, this is better than I thought. And there are redeeming qualities here. Some things in the game are pretty good. So let's go ahead and talk about it, shall we? I'm going to just go down the list. It's going to be a little bit easier because I got a lot of ups and downs here. Let's do it. Theme at the top. I'm not so sure about this one. You are supposed to be, it's the 1930s. You are discovering treasures and then selling those things on the black market. It's an iffy theme as it is, but also, putting that aside, you are then, I guess, betraying other people for the artifacts, but you are using, I guess, characters to steal things away, but you're not sure what it is you're stealing, which is why one card is face up and one's face down. The theme is, there's no part of it that I think is particularly good. You are not going to take a look at the cards and, the character cards and think about how these characters are working together. It's just, here's some 7s, some 9s. The theme goes away very quickly. You are not going to use it to teach. You are looking right away, pretty much, this is going to devolve down to numbers. Assuming you can look past the theme, which I know some people are going to find problematic, and I totally understand that. Let's take a look at the aesthetics here. It's actually really good quality cards. Like, the card quality in this game is actually superb, I would say. It's very high quality, nice linen finish, good printing. Now, I personally think the artwork is passable at best. Okay, the artwork's it's serviceable. But that's not a reason to give it a thumbs down here, to not give it the positive. The reason it's not getting the positive is because I think some of the iconography is a little messy. They use a couple of arrows on some of the cards and to mean different things, but it's the same arrow. That's why it gets a little bit of a ding, okay? The artwork is totally up to you. You might like it, you might not. I think it's, like I said, But the card quality, there's no denying that the printer of the game knows what they're doing, and they made some really excellent quality cards here. Next up, we've got the replay value. It's okay. I mean, as long as you are, I think it's going to be better if you play with the same people multiple times. Because the game, because there is bluffing, because there is a little bit of that double think, becomes more about reading the players, what they're doing, what they really want to avoid and not avoid. When they draw 3 cards and you see them, then those 3 go away and they only show you 2. Which one just went away? Then they show you one face down, one face up. Why would they pick the face up one to be the face up one? Does that inform which one the face down one is? There's some replayability there. There's a little bit of, like I said, evolving play, because you'll get to know how the other players react. You can read them a little bit. You can kind of understand if they might be trying to pull a fast one. Does that bid of 3 cards, is that not really a good bid? Is it just 3 7s and they're hoping someone's going to outbid them? What's going on, right? Is that single card bid a 31? So there is that. The game arc is actually good. There's some nice rising tension in this game. I think it's very good. If someone is eliminated from the game, it'll be very close to the end of the game anyway, okay? So it's not a problem. I know that player elimination is one of those taboo, no sort of mechanisms for many gamers out there. In this one, I don't care. It's great tension. If you find yourself in a position where if you win something, you might be eliminated, it leads to some fantastic tense moments in the game. Okay, where you are looking at it, one of the cards that got put away, the card that got put away might or might not be the one that, if you win, busts you. So you're sort of waiting to see how things are going to shake out, right? I think it's good. The ease of play gets a thumbs down for me. There's a lot of little rules in place to fix problems with other rules, which I tend to not like that sort of design philosophy. You know what I mean? The bosses, the leaders, whatever they're called, there's only 3 of them. Their powers are fine, but then if you're holding one at the end of the game, it's -3 points. I'm assuming through playtesting they found out, well, people just dump them on the last round. So if you dump it on the last round and it doesn't fire off because something else cancels it, that's actually -5 points. There's a few cases of that sort of thing where they had to write rules just to fix other problems. And I just don't like that. So the ease of play, and the game's just a little messy to learn anyway. Lastly, tactics, luck, strategy. It's okay. There's plenty of luck. You're going to be drawing cards from the deck blind. But there is hand management. There is bluffing. There is double think. There are some nice tactics, as to what you can do. And I wouldn't necessarily say there's long-term strategies to anything, but you know, it's a good stew of messy, dirty luck with some nice reacting to that. You know, yes, absolutely, you might get moments where you feel burned just because somebody drew cards you didn't draw. Yes, somebody might have one of the leaders and they're like, "Paha," and you're just, you know, you couldn't do anything about that. But it's not terrible. There are moments of choice. There are moments of interest in the game. So there you go. Like I said, ultimately, I came away liking this more than I thought I would. Is it a great game? No, by no means it's a great game. I think it's a better than average game, though. You know, I think it's what it sets out to accomplish, what I think it sets out to accomplish. Give you a card game that's short, and it is short. Give you a card game that has some nice rising tension, that gives you the possibility of just being, excuse me, gives you the possibility of just being outright eliminated. It gives you that. So, I think that's good. This one is going to get from me a 6 out of 10. So, there you go. That is what I think of Chachapoya. I'm Zee Garcia, everybody. Thanks for checking this out. I'll see you on the next one.